Okay, good afternoon, parents and children. If they're here. Welcome to the TON2 orientation. My name is Nipun. I'm going to run you through the whole orientation. How it's going to work is I will take you first through the information docket. Then I'll take you through the list of things to carry. And I'll take your question answers at the end of the orientation. Now, at the end of the orientation, if you look at your Zoom menus, there's a button called React, which has a raise hand. So at the end, like I've done right now, you'll see it when I raise hand, it comes on the top. That's how let's start taking question answers at the end of the orientation. I'll come to one by one to each person, whoever has questions. Most of your questions would be answered during my orientation, and you'll be able to see, you'll get all the information you need. Okay, I'm just going to share my screen. Okay, great. Hopefully everybody's able to see my screen. Before we begin, sorry, let's shift to the information docket. Sorry. Okay. Before we begin, let me give you a little bit background about the company. Inme has been doing adventure learning programs for children based on the experiential curriculum. From 1996, we actually started working with children under a different brand name called Discovery Camps, which became iDiscover and then became Eureka. The founders of this company, obviously, were the people who had founded that company. They had split up, and they were running separately from 2006 onwards. 2008 is when we had formed Inme as a brand name. 2009 was our first summer. And 2019, Inme and Eureka merged again to become one company. So now we are one company, and how we do it is that Inme runs the retail camps or the B2C camps, which is basically any child from the age group of 9 to 17 can come in the summer or the winters, depending on their age group, to different campsites. And Eureka is working with schools directly, where a specific school comes on some special dates where no other children are there, and their learning focus is very separate. The program is run very differently over there. Okay, so we are talking about TON2, which is for the age group of 13 to 15 from April 27 to May 04. So TONS is our flagship campsite. We started Inme. That was the first campsite of Inme. This is the campsite of TONS. It's the largest campsite we have. We can accommodate up to 150 people there easily. Over here, there are going to be 40 children of TONS, and we have an expedition running, the Kedarkanta expedition, which if you see the last tent on the right, after that, there's another ground which we have the Kedarkanta expedition running from there. Tons is actually a river. It's 180 kilometers ahead of Dehradun. It's one of the biggest tributaries of Yamuna. So this is in a village called Mora. But you won't, if you search for Mora, Uttarakhand, you will not find it. So if you search for Inme Camp Tons online, you'll get this location directly. So Tons is the river we'll be rafting in, and this program has a combination of activities. It's a river rafting, which everybody does, along with the choice of either mountain biking or backpacking. So I've already talked about where. So it's in the Uttarkashi district. The temperatures range from 22 degrees to 35 degrees. There are times at night it can, if it rains or something, it can go lower than 20 degrees also during this time. Which when I come to the kit list of things to carry, you'll see it over there also. Now, how the program is going to run, there are going to be 3 sessions of river rafting and 3 sessions of the other activity they've chosen, mountain biking or backpacking, as what they've chosen during the time of registration. So how it will work is it's not as if I'm taking them rafting and I'll say, okay, get on the raft and start rafting. We start with the basics first. First, they'll understand how raft works, what are the different parts of the raft, how to use the paddles, how to wear a life jacket properly. If they fall in the water, what are they supposed to do? How do they use the safety kayak, which is there to rescue themselves, or how do they do a self-rescue if the raft is right next to them? They will also understand basics of hydrology, where how rapids are formed and how currents work. So they understand what is an undercurrent, what is normal current. So they'll get to understand all that. Now, the biggest difference between the Tons River and Ganga River in terms of rafting, Ganga is almost a straight downhill river where the river speed is quite high. So a lot of times you actually don't need to paddle on the Ganga. But Tons is a curvy river, so it's a very technical river. So children and instructors will keep paddling all the time. So it's a very good experience for them to understand how exactly rafting works, and it's meant for the beginners. So over here, the first day, after they've understood the safety briefing, they've understood the instructions, how it does, they go on their first rafting trip. This will be a small trip, which will go up to grade 1 rapid. So the rapids are graded from grade 1 to grade 5. We do not do grade 5 at all. In Tons, we only get up to grade 3 plus. It's a grade 3 rapid, sometimes becomes a grade 3 plus, but it does not cross the grade 3 plus threshold. So over here, they'll go for the first day when they go rafting. Our rafting guide will have a long oars with him, so he'll be totally maneuvering the raft. He'll be turning the raft, so all is under his control. And the children are just understanding the instructions. How when they say okay, all right or only right forward, left forward. So they're understanding what are the different types of commands. They're practicing that and getting used to that. The second session of river rafting will be a little longer, and they will hit grade 2 rapids also. Today, they'll also do something called flip drills. Flip drill is that if a raft flips on them, what do they do? Theoretically, I can tell you if the raft flips, if they're under the raft, they go up, there's a pocket of air, they breathe, they come on the side, and they try to flip the raft back. Now, theoretically, I can tell you that, but when it comes to when it comes actually happens, children might get scared or something. So we want them to experience it while it doesn't happen usually, but we need to, for them, for the safety things, to understand what happens. So we actually we tie the raft from the beach and then we flip it or the raft on them so that they understand how to come back up, flip the raft back. I'll show you a photograph below, which will actually, you'll see the children flipping the raft back. Today also, on the second session, they also do a little bit of body surfing. Body surfing is where they jump into the river in a safe area where the speed of the river is low and they're only going through mild rapids. So they'll actually hold on to their life jacket and they'll understand how they can body surf, how they can maneuver in the river if they ever fall into them. The third session will be the longest rafting session they'll have. They'll hit the grade 3 rapid that day. And they will also, the instructors will be asking them to give the commands so that that we can gauge how much they've learned, what they've understood. And also obviously keeping a close eye and, if any command has to be changed, we change that. That's how the rafting will work. If they have chosen mountain biking as their second activity, mountain biking is to, first of all, it's to build endurance and also to understand how to do off-road and on-the-road cycling in the hills. So they'll start off with first getting introduced to the mountain bikes on the camp. They'll get a knowledge of how different gear ratio works, what is the optimal gear ratio they need to use, and we have a built-up obstacle course on the camp which they will go through, which will help them balance themselves, understand the different kind of, if they're on a slope and they're turning, so if the wheel is going like that, how do they balance themselves? If they're going downhill, what is the seat position? All those things will be briefed to them over there. They'll go for a short cycling trip after that, which will be mainly on the tarmac, but rolling hills. So they'll go up and down. So they understand if they're going uphill, what are the gear ratios they have to use? If they're going downhill, what are the different gear ratios? How do you maintain speed? Right? All those things will be taught on the first day. The second day, they'll go for a longer trip. They'll go out. They'll go on tarmac and be introduced to the off-road cycling. So they'll understand how off-road cycling works. They'll go through a small patch of off-road where they'll do a little bit of jumps also. So they'll understand, okay, so if you're jumping, how do I balance myself so that I don't fall? The third session will be the longest session where it will be primarily off-roading and a little bit of tarmac. So that day they'll go for a very long cycling trip and they'll come back. Now, during this time, they'll also learn some tricks like wheelies, stoppies, those things also they'll be taught over there so that they get a good fun idea of that. Minimum requirement for mountain biking, if you've chosen, please make sure you're 5 feet and above. Second, you are comfortable with cycling, normal cycling. Mountain biking will teach you, but you have to be comfortable with cycling. We can't teach you cycling over there. We've had a few kids who have come there thinking that we'll teach them cycling. It's not possible to teach you cycling over there. So you need to have basic understanding of cycling. Now, the other activity which the other children might have chosen is backpacking. Backpacking is a trekking module which actually introduces you to the outdoors, right? It's the way you experience the outdoors and nature in a very different format where, right now you're on the TONS camp. You saw the tents which are already there. There's a toilet block there. You have proper Western style toilets and everything. Food is being cooked for you, so you're getting food served. In backpacking, we're teaching you if you're going on an expedition, which is a self-contained expedition, how do you do it? So first of all, it will start with the basics of backpacking, which is mountain manners, how to conserve energy while trekking up and down a hill. You can't really run up a hill or down a hill, so you have to scramble up and down. How do you scrambling up and down a hill? How do you do map reading? How do you plan out an expedition? You have to carry a lot of equipment. You have to carry utensils. You have to carry your own stuff. How do you do load sharing? So they'll actually plan out an expedition where they will, with the instructors, they will plan out their meals and everything, and they will actually do a lot of load sharing because they have to carry tents and stuff. They will go away from the camp. So the first session is backpacking skilling and understanding how backpacking works. The next two sessions are called night outs, where they're not on camp. They won't be on TONS camp anymore. They will actually go away from the TONS camp. They will pitch their tents, cook their own food. The next day, get up, pack up everything, do something which is called L&T, which is leave no trace, to ensure what we are, the place we have come to is as pristine as we found it or much better for the next group to come. And then they'll shift to a new campsite. They'll pitch their tents again, cook their food, and come back the third day. Now, obviously, this is going to be done under supervision of instructors, and especially the food cooking, because even we are going to be eating the food, so we don't want them putting salt instead of sugar or sugar instead of salt, right? So we're going to make sure that tasty food is there, and we all are there to support them. The best experience is that they go and they use what we call Loo with the View, or BBA, which is behind the bush activity. So there are no toilets when you go to these campsites for these 2 nights. They will carry a toilet tent with them, which is a long canvas tent which will just be popped up, and they have to dig a hole and do this job over there. So they understand how to do that also. The first day, yes, they're a little uncomfortable. By the second night, they're all comfortable. The third day, they're back on camp where they have proper toilets over there. Now, after this expedition, when they come back, they would have learned how to do fire making. They would have learned how to identify campsites, how to find water if required. They'll also understand how to cook in the outdoors, because it's very different when you're cooking on a stove in the kitchen and cooking in the outdoors. So they understand all that. A lot of usually when children come back from backpacking, what we've seen is the kind of respect and care for the cooks and the mothers who are cooking their food every day goes highly up, and they stop food wastage and they understand the kind of hard work which goes into making even one meal. Okay. Now, obviously, beyond these activities, there's a lot of things which happen. There are treks to natural pools, there are small village visits, there are mini activities which happen. We also have a session with the villagers, which is called Each One Teach One, which happens in cool time, which I'll come to the daily schedule below. Each One Teach One is where we actually call the village children down to our campsite. They come and the participants actually do a planning where some are taking tuition, some are teaching them sports. So there's a full village interaction which happens with the children. The left-hand side picture is the second session of mountain biking, which you're seeing. There's cycling in the forest. This in the middle is the second session of rafting. And what you see here right at the corner is a safety kayak. So we have, for every 4 rafts, we have the safety kayak, which will be with them, which will go up and down and be between the rafts, so that if anybody falls, that safety kayak is there to help them out immediately. The extreme right-hand side is a backpacking picture, which is on the night out. So they've just packed up. What you're seeing on the right-hand side is what they've packed up, and they're ready to push off for the next campsite. Now, how does a typical day work on the camp? This won't apply for the last day and the first day because those are travel days. Uh, on the from the starting from the second day, 6 a.m. is the wake up call. So children will be woken up at 6 a.m. They'll come out. They'll have we will we will remind them to brush their teeth. Parents, don't worry, right? So they'll come out. They'll have hot beverages available for them: tea, hot milk, drinking chocolate with biscuits. After that, we have warm up activities for the day at 7 a.m., which are also called Chota Hazari. These might be calisthenics or fun dancing activities which we might do with them. 8 a.m. is breakfast. 9 a.m. they go out for their outdoor activities. Now, depending because it's 40 and they're different activities, so it could be one group is doing rafting in the first 3 days, and uh, uh, mountain biking or backpacking in the second 3 days, and vice versa. So they'll go out for their respective outdoor activities. They'll go at 9 a.m., come back at one about 12:30. Depending on what activity they're doing. So there'll be some who might come back by 11:30, 12. A rafting session would end earlier, and a backpacking session might take longer. Mountain biking session might take longer. So 9 to about 12, 12:30, they are on the activity. They come back, they have lunch. 1:30 is when we give them free time where they can relax. They can go for a bath if they want. Nobody forces a bath over here because we are getting into the river at least 3 days, which is going to clean them up. We have a small wading pool also on the camp, so they can always jump in there. It's a 1 foot depth, so they won't be too much inside it also. But yeah, parents, mothers, your children might come back without a bath. It's fine. They are going in the outdoors. They're children. Let them be. They might not even change their clothes. It's just fine. Let them enjoy their childhood. 2:30 p.m. is when we reconvene for cool times. These are the afternoon activities. These are the time when also the sun is at the highest and the heat is the most. So we keep them on the camp mainly. So cool times will be a mixture of some team building activities, some fun activities. It could be a village visit. It could be getting the children down for each one, teach one. So all these things come under the cool time. They keep changing every day. 5 p.m. is tea, sorry, with milk and snacks. Snacks do change every day. It could be one day, depending on what kind of strenuous day they have had or what is scheduled. They could be having bread pakoras or they could be having just biscuits, cake, depending on what the schedule is like. 5:30, we start with other cool time activities. This is a nice way of saying this is the fun time where even the instructors let their hair down and become children with them. We play sports with them. We play different games. It could be volleyball, it could be dodgeball, it could be capture the flag, or badminton or frisbee, depending on what the children want to play. After that, on a few days, there are debriefs which will happen almost every day or every alternate day. Now, when we're doing the debrief, there could be either group sharing sessions, depending on what happened during the day, or it could be the whole camp going silent for half an hour, which is a personal reflection. So when the camp goes silent for half an hour, even the instructors and everybody goes silent. Nobody is allowed to talk. The children get something called cool books. These are like personal reflection journals with fun activities in them also, so that they can do some crosswords or some Sudoku, which will also have some meaning behind it, and getting them to do that. 7:30 p.m. is soup, and 8 p.m. is dinner. Between this time, we'll also be doing some activities called minute to win it, which are fun activities which can last only a minute, and they do it in a kind of a competition way, just to and we mix the groups so that they interact with other people from the other groups also. 9 p.m. is lights off. We send 9 p.m. is when we send them to their tents. Uh, by 10 p.m., we ask them to switch on their lights, switch off the lights. 10:30, we again switch it, ask them. 11 o'clock is when we force them to, try to keep quiet and go off to sleep because they need a good night's rest. That's how a typical day works. The left-hand side, you're seeing mountain biking on tarmac. The second picture is also mountain biking. This third picture on the right is a flip trail. You can see a safety instructor who is at the bottom on the left-hand side of the screen, right? And these are children trying to flip the raft back. So they are understanding how a flip drill works. In terms of safety, we follow a strict 1:6 adult to participant ratio, which is all instructors. So for every 6 children, there'll be one instructor on the camp. These are certified instructors from mountain institutes like Knowles, NIM, JIM, and HMI. For every 10 girl participants, we're going to have one lady instructor over there, right? I think there are about 16, 17 girls in this, so we'll have at least two to three lady instructors over here. In terms of transportation, we partner. So transportation, we have to hire buses and we have to hire vehicles. So these are vendors who we've been using for a long time. They know we are working with children. There's a specific speed limit we follow. For the overnight travel, we have 2 drivers so that, if one driver is feeling sleepy, we can always change it. We will be the bus over here. So originally, TONs, you used to go via Dehradun, but from this year, we found a better route, which is via Shimla. So originally, we used to take the bus till Dehradun and from AC bus. When I say bus, it's an AC Volvo bus or a Bharat Benz bus, which used to go till Dehradun, and from there we had 27-seater non-AC buses. That was a 180 kilometer. That was about a 6 to 7 hour drive in the non-AC. We have found a route from Shimla, which is a little longer, but the AC Volvo bus goes up to about 50 kilometers before the campsite. So they leave at 7 p.m. from here, and they will reach a place called Hatkoti around 7 o'clock in the morning. They'll stop for breakfast, and then they will reach the campsite by around 10:30, 11. Right. And that's when they shift to the smaller vehicles, they'll follow convoy rule. So we'll be making sure that the cars are labeled. So they will have car 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 going on. And the car 1 is maintaining the speed limit to make sure that nobody goes over the speed. And there'll be instructors in almost every alternate vehicle, not in every vehicle. There'll be 3 alternate vehicles to make sure that, the car in front and the car behind are following the safety rules and obviously their own car. That car drive is about a 2-hour car drive at the end. And that's in non-AC, by the way. Equipment, we use the top quality equipment. We have ropes, carabiners, helmets, which are all international UI standards. There are regular audits by our experts who ensure that the equipment is safe. And if required, if something needs changing or something needs discarding, that's done immediately. There are no two questions about it. In terms of medical support, we have a resident certified MBBS on camp. This is a doctor who will be doing all the basic and some advanced medicine he or she might be able to give. They have all the equipment. They have tetanus injections, they have nebulizers, all kinds of medicines are available to them at the camp itself. But if required, we have an emergency vehicle available 24/7 on the camp. And the nearest hospital is Purala, which is around 50 minutes away. For X-ray, we have a place closer also, but Purula is where we like to go. Okay. In terms of accommodations and meals, we have the children will be staying in tents. These are tents which are built on about a 1-foot platform from the ground. These tents have ground mattresses which are around 2 inches thick.
Hey, what's good, gang? What's good? What's good? What's good? What's good?
Dave, I'm putting you on mute. Yeah. So these are mattresses which are about 2 inches thick. Everybody will get a mattress and they'll have a sleeping bag. They'll put the sleeping bag on top and sleep on these. Right. Obviously, boys and girls separate tents, not the same tents. Even the toilets are separate. Right. The toilets we have proper built-up toilets on the TONS camp with the Western-style commodes and also the bum washes, the hygiene faucets which we use. We also have bathing cubicles. In the bathing cubicles, if the children need hot water, the hot water is supplied outside. They can take a bucket, they fill in the hot water, and they come back in. Obviously, there'll be instructors and adults helping with them on this and guiding them through the whole process. Uh, the campus has multiple sheltered areas, that's written. The one of the famous ones which you'll hear is a bomb shelter. Nothing to do with a real bomb, so don't worry. This basically it's a sunken pit, and have we made concrete steps around it, and children can walk in. It is the coolest area during the afternoons. In terms of food, so we have taken a balance of nutrition and taste to make sure children are well fed, they have good energy during the day, and predominantly they are vegetarian. Eggs are served at breakfast every day. There are non-vegetarian options which are prepared separately, kept separately, and marked separately. So they'll know that this is non-vegetarian and it's kept separately, so that only the non-veg children are eating that. So that's kept separately and predominantly vegetarian. It's not as if they'll have only one or two dishes. They'll have at least some choices over there. And every day the menu will be a little different. There will be days they might have Chinese. There'll be days they might have pasta. So we keep it fun for them also. If any child has any allergies to anything, please make sure you mention in the medical form. If you've not, reach out to us or just put it in the chat right now if you've not put it, and I will add it to the form. If there is any child who is specifically Jain food, that means no garlic, no onions, please let us know. We will be cooking your meal separately and giving it to you separately. During the meal times, everything is being supervised by the instructors. We have to make sure children are well fed, and we have to make sure they're not wasting too much. So there's a check on both. So if somebody is overloading their plates, also we ask them to stop and take a second helping when they go. And so the children here have to clean their own plates and their spoons and the utensils, right? Whatever they're using. So we have a place where they have a solution called the iodine solution, which they use, right? When they go there, there'll be an instructor checking the plates to make sure how much food they are throwing away. And we are proud to say that by the end of the program, usually we have zero wastage on the last day, right? That's how we make sure of it, that children also learn the value of food and they don't waste food. Okay, travel plan. Sorry. The journey begins at the Terminal 2 of Delhi Airport. I don't see any Delhi NCR people registered on this program. All people are from either the South region or the West region. So all of you must be flying in, according to me. If somebody is coming to drop any child on their own, if you're already in Delhi and you're going to drive up, when you reach Terminal 2, you'll see the departure ramp going up. When you see the departure ramp going up, you have to go towards the left to the parking. We will be sending you a Google Map location, but that's where you have to go. We are meet in the car parking, which is also the bus parking of Terminal 2. The reporting time is at 6 p.m. After leaving on the bus, there are snacks for them. There are biscuits, there are chips, there is water available, drinking water, and there are juices. We will be stopping for dinner en route, and then breakfast, and then finally, while we had written camps, participants arrive at camp for breakfast. In the past two programs we've run, we realized that it gets a little late, so we've organized breakfast for them en route. So they'll have breakfast early in the morning before they shift into the smaller vehicles. On the return, the group will arrive at Delhi Airport at 6 a.m. Now, for the children who are flying in, there will be a number which we'll be sharing with you 48 hours before the program. This will be of the airport manager. This is our Inme representative who will be at the airport, who will be coordinating amongst all three terminals. So Terminal 1, Terminal 2, Terminal 3. Unfortunately, by the time your program starts, Terminal 2 might be shut. All flights which will be on Terminal 2 will be landing on Terminal 1, right? So that will coordinate with you. Don't worry about that. So our airport coordinator will actually be making sure that every child is being picked up and brought to the departure location. So you don't need to worry about that. There's a whole coordination which will happen. This will be a number shared with you 48 hours before. The total journey length is about 505 kilometers. The driving time lasts around 14 hours. Obviously, there are some breaks which can increase it. But otherwise, we are usually there by 10:30, 11 in the morning. The road will pass through Solan, like I said. AC Volvo buses, approximately 50 kilometers before we're going to stop. Now, few expectations setting which we want to make sure that you and the participants are clear on. First of all, this is not a luxury camp or a resort, right? Children, you're not going to get room service. If you're going to come and ask us, can you give me cold coffee in the tent? It's not going to work, right? If you want cold coffee, there is milk outside, there is cold milk, there is coffee. Make it on your own. You have to learn how to do this on your own. You're old enough now, right? So it's not a luxury camp or a resort. This is a campsite which we built, and it's meant for children to understand outdoors and rough it out a little bit and learn that how when we were growing up, it was very different, right? You never had technology. We didn't have cell phone. So we make sure there are no mobile phones on the camp. Uh, so, you guys are not allowed to use mobile phones. We send updates to the parents daily, twice daily, right? I hope everybody's joined the WhatsApp channel, right? If somebody is not joined the WhatsApp channel, the message you got for this Zoom presentation, if you do read more, there is a WhatsApp channel link there. Do click it, do join it, right? And if it's not clickable, you need to save the number you got the message from. That WhatsApp channel is where we'll be sending all the updates going forward. So they'll be when they've departed from Delhi, we'll be sending out an update that they've departed. When they're finished with dinner, we'll be sending out that they're finished with dinner and this is the estimated time. When they're done with breakfast, and when they finally reach on camp, that's where we'll put out the update. After that, there'll be two updates daily: one at 11 a.m., one at 6 p.m. These are text updates which are telling you what the groups are doing, how the weather is, how the food has been, and what is the general mood of the children, right? We'll be we do put up photographs both times. In the morning will be only group photographs. In the evening will be coming activity photographs also. Photographs we do not promise because a lot of times we do not get network area. In TONS and near the TONS campus, there are two towers which are mainly working. One is BSNL and one is Geo. BSNL, we hardly get internet connectivity. Geo, we do get internet connectivity. But if it goes down, because it's in the mountains, there are times when the tower is shut for a few hours or a day also. Then we don't get internet connectivity on the camp. At that time, our instructors will go about 3 kilometers away from the campsite to send us an update on what's happening on the program, how everything is going. So at that time, we might not receive photographs. For the past 2 years, this has only happened on 2 days. So fortunately, we are getting photographs almost on a daily basis. So we'll be putting up two photographs. 2 times we'll be putting up updates and photographs. Now, if your child is missed out on a photograph for one day, week up, it sometimes happens your child has run away or hidden themselves. Do let us know so that we make sure they are in the next photograph, right? If there is any problem on the camp with your child, any major issue happening, they need antibiotics or they need to go for an X-ray or they're missing out on an activity, we will call you, we will update you on what's happening, and if required, make you speak to your child also, right? Small cuts and bruises will happen. Be ready for those. Those will happen. If there is any major cut which needs a tetanus or something, we will call you for that. So some parents do ask me, what if something happens at your end, right? Some emergency happens in the house. Do call us. We'll organize everything. We'll organize a call, or if it's required, we need to get the child back. We'll organize it for you and we'll coordinate with you. So don't worry about that. No gadgets, especially phone. Now, parents, your children are gonna try to sneak in phones. It's your duty to stop them, right? You want them to be away from phone for a week. We will give you all the updates. I know you're worried about your kids, but this is a detox for them, and they really need this detox. Especially post-COVID, children are addicted to their phones. We need to detox them, and we don't want them carrying any kind of screen. So children will ask, "Can we carry Kindle? Can we carry this?" No, we want you to interact with each other. That's how you learn how to interact with each other. If we have Kindles or if we have personal music devices, we are focused on those. We don't talk to each other. We want you to talk to each other. We want you to make noise. We want you to sing without tune, right? Because if you don't have tune but you're singing, you're having fun. That's what it's about. That's how we used to live. So please don't bring any Kindles or any kind of screens. This be a detox for you guys. Fitness and preparation. This program will be a little bit more physically demanding. We do recommend that children start jogging right now. Uh, we have just been, our camp doctor has also advised that if children are having any vitamin deficiencies, please make sure they're having multivitamins. And if they are having multivitamins, do let us know so that we ensure that they're having it every day. On the TONS camp, you do not need any specialized shoe when I come to the list of things to carry. But if you're buying a new shoe, make sure you are running in them or walking in them right now so that you don't get a shoe bite when you come in camp. There is zero tolerance for bullying and indiscipline. So if there is something which is going untoward and it's becoming out of hand, we will call the parents, and if required, we will ask the participants to leave and we'll bring them back down. No substance, cigarettes, vapes, any kind of substance is not allowed. So alcohol. So if anything contraband is found, it will result in immediate expulsion from the program. The children will be brought back down. No junk food or tuck. Now, children can carry some snacks for the travel, right? It's the last day of junk food. Yes, carry some snacks for the bus. But once you reach the TONS camp, we're gonna take that snacks away. So if it's closed packets, they'll be labeled and given back to you. If it's open packets, the instructors have a party, sir, right? So either you finish whatever you're opening or make sure you're not opening it, right? When children have these junk food available with them, they don't eat the right food. We are not able to see what they are eating. We can't focus on their nutrition, right? Other than that, when they're in their tents and they will sneak in and they'll start eating this, they're gonna leave crumbs, which will attract insects, which will attract different rodents, which will attract a lot of other things which the children don't want in their tents, right? Other than that, personal story, I was on one camp. Uh, these children would start coming and saying, "Sir, we have a ghost in our tent." I'm like, "What do you mean you have a ghost in your tent?" "Sir, we leave in the morning, we come back and our whole tent is all spoiled, and you have told us nobody goes into our tents." I'm like, "Yeah." And so the next day I focused on it. The children left in 10 minutes, not even 10 minutes out, the children leaving. A dog comes, doesn't go anywhere but their tent. When the children came back, I asked them to open their bags. They had all kind of junk food lying around, which had crumbs, which had ants all over them, and they were just doing that. So please do not send too much of tuck with these guys. In terms of pocket money, we are taking care of everything, right? You don't need to, since the time they get onto the bus till the time they're back on the flight, we are taking care of everything. So we will be taking care of their food, any medical emergency, we're going to take care of, so you don't need to worry about that. But they might want to buy some memorabilia when they're on the Inme camp. We have we have a store, souvenir store, so they can buy T-shirts, caps, keychains. For that, do not send more than 3,000 rupees. Because everybody is going to be flying in, you will want to send some extra money with them for meals at the airports, right? When you receive them, we'll take them to a food court if they want to buy something there, they can. When they go back in, now it's been 7-8 days since they've had any junk food, right? So they reach back and they want to go in and they have all dreams, oh, we'll have KFC or we'll have this or we'll have this. So you might want to give them some money for that. Make sure that it's kept separate. I will come to how we're going to take their phones and everything. So make sure that it's in that pouch. Now, I'm done with the information docket. I'm just going to go through the list of things to carry very quickly, and then I'll start taking question answers. So in terms of, please do not over or underpack this. Just follow this kit list to a T and you'll be good. The April weather will be around 25 to 26 degrees in the daytime, reaching maximum of 28 degrees. At night, it's usually around 18, 19 degrees, can go down to 15 degrees if it rains. In terms of basic clothing, 8 t-shirts, 4 quick dry and in dark colors. Make sure they're dark colors. Do not send light colors. Light colors become transparent in water. 4 pair of shorts, 2 should be quick dry, which can be used in rafting. 1 sweatshirt. In the evenings, it will get chilly. The river cools down the air quite a lot. And with the wind, it can get chilly, so they have to carry one sweatshirt, a hoodie, three track pants. Your mountain biking and your backpacking will only happen in track pants. No jeans, no normal trousers. Eight pairs of socks, one towel quick dry, one cap sunshade, very important. The sun is going to be very sharp. You will need a cap and sunshade during the day. Undergarments, you know exactly how much you use. Please carry for 8 days. Make sure you're carrying a few extra because you are going to be getting into the river and getting wet. Two pair of night clothes, two warm jackets so that if one gets wet, you have a secondary jacket available. If you're getting one of the jackets is waterproof, you can skip the poncho or raincoat. Otherwise, do get a poncho or raincoat. If they're not carrying a poncho or raincoat, we will provide them if it rains over there on the camp and they're on a night. Footwear. One pair of comfortable rubber soled shoes. Normal sport shoes. You do not need to buy any trekking shoe or anything. When I say normal sport shoes, literally normal sport shoes. You do not need to go buy for anything expensive. Just make sure it has a rubber grip and not a plastic grip. When I say a rubber grip or plastic grips are the ones, if you've seen squash shoes or special basketball shoes, which are used for the wooden flooring, they have a plastic layering on the bottom that slips on the rocks. So make sure those are not coming and it's a proper rubber sole shoe. One pair of hiking sandal or floaters, which they can use during the freewheeling time and the cool time. One pair of aqua shoes or Crocs for the river rafting, right? Those are the recommended ones. If they're not carrying that, then hiking sandals will do, but aqua shoes or Crocs are recommended for that. In terms of children who have chosen mountain biking only, one pair of biking gloves, two pair of padded cycling shorts. These are optional. Somebody had asked me, can we skip this? Yes, you can skip this. It's not an issue. But it's just to make your child experience a little better. Padded shorts gives you bum cushioning, and the cycling shorts also reduce chafing. Chafing is when the thighs rub together, you get a fungal infection and a rash. It should reduce that. Knee and elbow guards, we provide these to the children, but if somebody has their own or wants to get their own, please do get it. Otherwise, they're available on the camp on a returnable basis, obviously. Other items in personal toiletries, other than your normal shower gel, toothbrush, paste. When I go to camp, I carry a 3-in-1 shower gel, which is a hair, face, and body, so that I don't need to carry multiple bottles. You very much welcome to do that. Include a sunscreen which is at least SPF 30 plus, a lip balm and cold cream. We will tell children to remind them to wear sunscreens. A lot don't, right? They're not they don't like it. They don't. We do try to keep reinforcing it, but it's up to them at the end of the day. We cannot force them to wear sunscreen. A mosquito repellent cream or spray. This will be required in the evenings. There will be machhar all over, right? So they will need mosquito repellent cream or spray. One pair of sunglasses, a torch or a headlamp. Uh, if you're in the backpacking group, I would recommend, my personal recommendation is a headlamp so that you have it on your forehead, and because there will be no electricity there, you will need this. For the people who are mountain biking, you will need a torch at least, because at night, if the electricity goes, it takes time for the generators to kick in. Secondly, if you have to go to the loo at the night, we don't want you switching on the light and disturbing the others. So you have a torch, you can switch it on and you can go out of the tent. A plastic bag for used and wet clothes, a one water bottle, at least 750 ml to 1 liter capacity. We are trying to reduce plastic waste by not using disposable bottled water. We take those jerry cans, the water dispensers we have, and then we take the 25 liter Bisleri or Aquafina bottles with us, which we keep refilling the water dispenser with. And on camp, it's RO filtered water. On the bus, this will be there. On camp, it will be RO filtered water, which they're going to get. A sleeping bag and inflatable pillow. We recommend participants get their own sleeping bag. This is according to the international camping norms, but I understand that not a lot of parents would want to buy a sleeping bag, while it's a great thing to have at home also. We do provide sleeping bags, but these are not new sleeping bags. These will be used by other participants previously, which would have been cleaned and sanitized and then only given to the participants, but they won't be new. Originally, we never used to have inflatable pillow. We used to actually teach the children how to roll up their clothes or use a rucksack for pillow. But post-COVID, we've had more issues with that. The children don't want to do that. So we have started recommending one inflatable pillow which they can bring along to use. Medicine and glasses. If unless your child is on some specific medicines or they don't have allopathy medicines, only then please send those medicines and let us know what you're sending so that we make sure that we know what they're having and when they're having it. Otherwise, we have all the medicines on camp. You do not need to send in from normal stomach ache, headache medicine, going all the way to antibiotic, going to tetanus injection, nebulizers, Asthalin, everything we have on camp. Spectacles, if your child is wearing spectacles, make sure you're sending an extra pair. Contact lenses are not recommended. If you can get retainers for these spectacles, that will be great because then they don't fall off while they're running around. In terms of packing, one small day pack or knapsack, which they'll use when they're flying in, can be on the cabin baggage. When they're on the bus, will be on the top of the bus in their cabin, and the rest will go into the boot. The small backpack can have their water bottle. When they're traveling, they can have their tuck, but when they're on camp, they'll put their any refreshments we are giving or carrying an extra cap or jacket and their water bottle in that for the activities also. Do not send suitcases for the main luggage. No trolley suitcases. Please send either a rucksack or a duffel bag. It's at least a 500-meter walk from the roadhead to the camp tents, and the children have to carry this luggage on their shoulders. Suitcases are difficult to carry. There's no proper road over there. So make sure it's either a rucksack or a duffel bag with the shoulder straps, which they can easily carry. In terms of cash, I've already said that we are taking care of everything. If they are, because they are flying in, you might want to send extra for the airport meals. In terms of no cell phones, no expensive jewelry, there is no way to show off your jewelry. There's no need to send expensive jewelry or expensive watches, please. The chances of them getting lost or broken is high. Please do not send it. No electronic gadgets. Uh, Children can carry a camera, but it's at their own risk. We are going to be clicking a lot of photographs. If children want to do certain, we want a selfie pose here or something, we'll allow it. But if they want to carry their camera, please carry. There are charging points available, but it's at your own risk. Now, for everybody in this group which is flying in, make sure all children are carrying a small pouch, right, which has their name written on it. This pouch, when they come to Delhi, they will hand it over to us, which will have should have a power bank, because when they come back, their phones will be out of charge. They need to charge it. A printed copy of their return ticket, so that they're not relying on their phone. They have the return ticket available for them and they can go into the airport. Original Aadhaar card, cash for food. So they keep this in this pouch, they hand it over. Once they've arrived in Delhi, before the departure, we'll ask them to call you. They will say their buys. We'll take this pouch, we'll put it here in a suitcase. It will come and go into a safe in the office itself. It's under lock and key so that nobody gets to it, and it's all safe there. There are 40 children traveling. I'm assuming all 40 have a minimum phone which is going to be costing at least 40-50K. You can do the calculation. It's too much to send on travel or camp. It remains here under lock and key, and we give it back to them once they arrive at 6 a.m. on the arrival day. I'm done talking. I've talked a lot. I'm done talking. I'm open to question answers. You can raise your hand. I'll also check the chat. Yeah, okay. So Michael has shared the WhatsApp chat link. Okay. Yes, Smita.
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So my son has opted for mountain biking. He's not 5 feet. He is
Yes.
he's a little over 4.5.
A little
So
over 4.5.
uh,
Does he cycle? What kind of cycle does he use right now?
he has a gear cycle and he does cycling. He's
No,
kind
no.
of
What inches? Do you know the inches?
no, I don't.
Where are you from, ma'am?
I'm from Bangalore.
Michael, can you call Ms. Rao after this orientation and just get a photograph of the cycle so that we can measure what cycle inches it is.
Sure, Nipun.
Sure. Thanks.
Yeah, we can
Monica?
do it.
Yeah. So he'll get the cycle. We'll take a decision after we know the inches he's using, ma'am.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Good.
Thanks.
So just a quick follow-up question. We've
Yeah.
opted for mountain biking just in case if it doesn't work out.
We'll shift into backpacking.
Backing. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Thanks.
So that even, right now we might say that he's okay with the 17-inch cycle. When he
Huh.
gets there, right, and the
Yeah.
instructors see that there's a safety problem, we will change it,
Yes. Yes.
right?
No, I was wondering. Okay, maybe then I will collect the safety gears. He will collect the safety gears from the camp, like
Yeah,
his
yeah. So you just make sure he has the biking gloves with him.
gloves. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Thanks.
Okay, Monica, before I come to you, Bansi, you do not need to change. The airline is going to change it to Terminal 1 on their own. Are you on Indigo? Yeah. Indigo is already changing it. Don't worry, you'll get a message before that. You don't need to do anything. Okay, Monica?
Yeah, Nipun, I have two queries. One
ma'am.
is my son, actually, we had opted for motorbiking, biking,
Yeah.
mountain biking, but my son is saying that he does not want to do biking. So, how to change the activity now?
Ma'am, what's his name?
Path.
Parth. Ma'am, the message you had received for the Zoom orientation, just reply to that message saying Parth needs to change to backpacking and it'll be done.
Okay, fine. And another thing, while coming back on 4th,
Hmm.
so basically he's not flying back to Bangalore.
Hmm.
So,
Is somebody
how
picking him
would
up or what's happening?
Yeah, that I will arrange, but I was thinking if it is possible, any other place, drop location in Delhi
No,
other
ma'am.
than TP.
Where there can be a
I
small
don't know what
location,
will
but
be the route, so accordingly I could tell that this can be the drop
ma'am,
location.
okay, so if you have relatives here, get them in
Yeah,
touch with us, right? We'll figure out with them because if they're living, say, on the north side of Delhi, right,
yeah,
which is near
yeah,
the canal, going towards the canal
yeah, yeah.
highway, so then we can,
Mhm. So
so
our
then
place
we,
is in Rohini only,
Rohini,
which is
so
north,
we'll
north
drop at
only.
Canal bypass, ma'am.
Yeah, that will be better for us.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Me or my relatives will be there to collect him. I
Sure,
think it
sure.
will be like 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah,
So,
your name is Parth. Ma'am, please mention this when you're replying for the backpacking. Please mention this because then I have to
okay.
make sure his phone goes also with the instructors and comes back down because otherwise the
Okay.
phone will be in office with me.
Oh, okay. Fine, fine. I'll do that.
Yeah,
Thank you. Thanks.
thank you. Kamya?
Is there a night out for mountain biking?
No, there's no night out for mountain biking.
Okay. Thank you.
91974. I don't know your name.
Sorry, yeah, this is Ajuri, Sebang's father.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, am I audible?
Yes, sir. You are.
Yeah. Just two things. My kids are coming in Air India, so they'll be landing in T3.
Yeah, they're landing in T3.
Your first thing is T2, they will have the
So
departure.
T2 and T3 are joining each other. There's no issue.
Adjoining. So there's
Yeah.
no issue, right?
No issue.
Great. And the second thing, the backpacking.
Mhm.
So they won't be at the camp for 2 nights, you're saying.
Yes, sir.
So they'll be inside the mountains.
Yes.
Okay. So okay, done.
Okay.
Thank you.
Ritz.
Hi, Nipun. This is Manish over here.
Yes, hi.
Sia's father. I just want to quickly check. Do you have any coordinator joining the kids from Bangalore as well?
No, sir. We'll be receiving them in Delhi.
So the kids from Bangalore are coming by themselves, right?
Yes, sir.
All right. Thank you. That's
Okay.
it.
Vaibhav Gupta.
Yeah, I wanted to know if comfortable cotton cargos are okay for biking or you need tracks only.
Ma'am, cargos are not recommended. They're not stretchable. We need stretchable material, right? So
Okay.
track pants.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you. Miss Monica, Michael has already swapped path to backpacking, but do drop in that message.
Yeah, I'll write a message also.
Yeah, thank you. Parents, if you don't have any more questions, thank you so much for joining. You can start logging off. We will be putting a recording of this on the WhatsApp channel.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome, ma'am.